Put us on the stream. Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Yeah. So
this ended up being a very long episode.
Well, it's a two-parter.
Right. It's going to be two-parters.
Which is great because we're going to do 2 episodes tonight anyway. Right. But anyway, yeah. So Evan from Dumbass Dudes.
Yep.
Which are,
Which I still want to call them Dumbass Dads whenever I
do too.
Yeah.
Because I guess because it's dads.
Yeah.
D-A-D. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah. So I mean,
it's a good dude. Like I've gotten where I like him more.
I wondered early on, like when I first was like, oh, we'll see if they'll be on. Like, I just thought, like, I wonder how it's going to be because they do edit themselves. They edit their show, but they edit their language a little bit.
Some
on their stuff. So I just wondered.
But his explanation of tonight was pretty cool though. Like it makes sense of how
it does. And but
yeah.
I had a good time with Evan.
Yeah, it was good. He was a great dude.
We talked about so much.
Yeah. Like the first half, like the part that you're about to listen to is just full of nonsense and fucking
it's ridiculous. Where we argue about a couple of things. We talk about some like offensiveness and we do a kink of the week.
Yep. Which leads into a whole slew
of
shit.
And then
that's what starts off the rabbit trail of fucking retarded.
Yeah, and Evan and I discuss a little bit of love on the spectrum, and then so
enjoy.
Yeah, so
and
episode 118 118 and 119, but this is part 1 with Evan from the Dumbass Dudes podcast.
Yep. You hate the music being so loud on that.
It's just so loud. It's so fucking loud.
I can remake it and turn it down. It's
That's
actually
fine.
by itself, it's bad, but with everything else,
yeah. So,
hey, buddy.
Hey.
Fucking shit, man.
Yeah, it's
been a night already.
Yeah. So anyway,
housekeeping. Let's get to
housekeeping. Pour us a drink. Patreon and buy me a coffee. You can check us out on there. Please give us money. I'm not beating around the bush anymore. Also check out some friends of the show, CQ the Pop Culture Warrior on Tuesday nights, Facebook Live, Two Brothers Podcast with Troy and Trevor, which they're on hiatus till the first of the year, but the Dim Jackson boys. And then he has the Trevor Jackson podcast. We also have Happened in the 90s with Matt and Steve, and then Dumbass Dudes podcast as well. We got one of those guys in with us tonight. You see him right now. This is Evan. You will remember him from another episode. Also check out the Andy Harris. I'm sorry?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Check out the Andy Harris on Twitter and his podcast, This is Americans Live. So,
all right.
That being said, what are we drinking?
Bravo. So tonight I picked up some McConnell's Irish whiskey, distilled and bottled for J.J. McConnell. Supposedly it was one that went away and kind of like Belmead. A couple dudes picked it back up again and relaunched. So I mostly got it because it has a nifty fucking metal inlay on the glass.
Yeah.
So.
And Evan, you drinking anything tonight? We've lost Evan. We lost all of your audio.
I'm just fucking with you, baby.
Okay.
I was I'm at my same drink as last time. My Pepsi from last time. There we
Pepsi.
go.
Okay.
Same one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, cheers.
Cheers, good sirs. Yes.
Not too bad.
It's not too bad at all. Actually.
It's not great, but it's not too bad. But
my standard for the bottom is proper 12.
Sure.
That's the worst Irish whiskey I've ever had.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's November.
Fuck Conor McGregor.
Thank you.
No Nut November?
Yeah, No Nut November, but I'm thinking more along Thanksgiving.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Thanksgiving's coming up. Nice big meal. I'm eating healthy right now, so I get to gorge a little bit on Thanksgiving. But you know what Thanksgiving means, right?
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, rams,
Turn it off.
beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs.
Why do you love shit like that so much?
Your reaction right there.
Jesus.
That's why I love shit like that so much.
So dumb.
So much.
It's so dumb.
That is actually the name of our Thanksgiving episode from last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
It is titled that. I've got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
You name it.
I'm just gonna quit now. You guys just
I
continue.
have a co-host out tonight. I'm fine. Oh God.
Hey, it's good to
So how
see you
you been?
guys.
Yeah, you too.
Good, man. Good. Been catching up on some shows when I get a chance to check you guys out, whether it's via the audio podcast app or the show. For some reason, I kind of like watching you guys. I like watching and seeing what's going on. So but yeah, other than that, I've been good. The guys have been good. I mean, they just suck,
Oh man, it sucks so much.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did comment on our shit the other day that we said something about you guys on the episode, and I don't remember saying shit about you guys on the episode.
Yeah, I don't remember what was said either.
So
you probably said something shitty.
I probably did
during housekeeping.
No, it was funny because we had just recorded the night before, and we were going, hey, we need to decide when we're going to have B3F on. I was like, they're waiting. It was like, okay. So we went through a couple of things. We're like, all right, we're going to finish out the first half of our season at the end of this year. I was like, and we'll see if they can do our first show after the new year. I was like, that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. So we hit them up. And I was like, okay. So I emailed you guys or whatever. So the following day, I got around to checking out the show that you guys had posted. And like in the first 5 minutes in, you were like, oh, we have so many empty promises. Remember dumbass dudes? They said they were going to have us on, and we haven't fucking heard from them. So
okay, that sounds right.
So that's when I was like, holy shit. I was just like, invitation rescinded. And it was just crazy that it was so close. We had just missed each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's interesting. We've had a couple of instances of things like that. One night, Stephen was talking. We went through on our a 2-year episode, I guess. And we went through the list of all of our guests and gave them ratings.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was before you guys were on, and we get to one group, and I'm like, well, I give him this. He was like, really? I give him this. Like, and he really went. He was like, those guys fucking suck or whatever. And then at that exact moment on our stream, one of those guys chimes up and was like, hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah.
But that was it's a 2-person podcast. One of their hosts chimes up or whatever, and then we start laughing or whatever, and then the other host, and they are completely separate from each other, doing completely separate things in their life. The other one chimes in. They're both watching Steven just shit all over them live, and it was so funny. Like, they got a kick out of it. They're good sports, but it was just very, very funny.
Yeah.
So
I love the honesty. They have to respect that you'll talk shit to them and to their faces versus behind their back.
Yeah. No, it was so great because because evidently they've been listening. They listen regularly, or they did
right
up until that point in time. But I was like, man, we have so many people. Like, we'll have them on our show, and they'll be like, oh, we'll be on yours. And I was like, oh, we'll have you on our show when we get our better equipment. And
right. Meanwhile, they're live streaming from different breweries and things. It was our idea.
Yeah. Well, so these guys, we talked to them when they were first starting off, and they really are some pretty good dudes. But now they've got like fucking brewery sponsorships. They do all these live streams and shit. Like, they're doing really fucking well. We're like, you fucking assholes. We hate you so much.
That's amazing, right? Yeah,
it really is.
There's 100,000 podcasts out there, and it's like, what's the luck of the draw that one takes off over the other? When you have some that are clearly more entertaining, more talented guests. I mean, hosts. But there's another show that just is going to get some shine and get sponsorships and have mad followers. And
we're not sponsorship friendly, and
no, we're not.
We're not everyone's cup of tea. So
I think we should get a Pornhub sponsorship.
I mean, good luck, but go for it.
All right,
go for it. I don't care. I'll wear a Pornhub t-shirt on. I will broadcast on Pornhub for their sponsorship.
I still think we should broadcast on LinkedIn.
We'll go for it.
Set up the account. How are you going to do that? You're going to have titties on there somewhere, somehow. And you can't do that on YouTube.
Look what I'm working with.
Right.
Bare titties.
Look at all that. Look at all that. Oh. Yeah.
We could right, I'm gonna promote him as a bear.
I'm gonna work on something.
That's fine. Go for it. I don't care.
No, I know you don't. I just got ideas.
Okay. Good.
That won't come to fruition. Like,
well, you won't remember them once we're done. That's true. Right? That's the thing. So, it'll be nice tonight to not have to hear Benny complain about you beating him at a sports. He called it a sports. It's not a sports game, but whatever.
Sports knowledge game. It was
right. Yeah. I listened to that episode again recently just to hear him complain. He was so he just distraught, distraught. It was like he just failed a math test. It was like really, honestly. So, yeah.
It was funny, right? Because it caught us off guard how upset he was too. And that's why you hear me cracking up. He's like, I've been sitting on this for weeks.
I need to listen to this.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. They talk about their time on the show, and he was just he was really torn up about losing that game. Like you don't have to have sports knowledge; you just to be quick on the draw and somewhat knowledgeable of names. You know.
Yeah, he was hurt because he really does. Like they all know sports and a lot of sports. Like they're just really fucking knowledgeable. So it really hurt him and chapped his little hide that I had beat him on the show that day. So
that's amazing.
That's my Benny.
So at some point we're gonna have like all of you guys
all
on.
four. All however many of you.
If we can ever make that happen.
We're down to 3. We're down to 3.
I thought.
Oh shit. Okay.
We were waiting for that question. Yeah, Squab is no longer on the show. For those who may have been following the show from the beginning or just a few episodes ago. We lost Squab officially the first night that we were on your show.
What?
Yeah, Squab was supposed to be that. Squab was supposed to be the original guest with me that night.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, and then he was gone, and then we had Benny. But don't worry, we are all still very much friends. I was just messaging and talking to Squab earlier today.
I was hoping we maybe ruined it.
That's it. Yeah.
Nah. You guys aren't. Nah.
Damn it.
Nah.
Okay.
You guys are good, but not that good.
We claim at least one relationship.
We've ruined one relationship. Yeah. And we almost lost someone their job.
Yeah.
So she did that herself, but still.
Nah, Squab really liked when we started the show and having our anonymity. And he kind of really wanted to stay that way. And we were just like, you know what, dude, if we grow and we start, cross promoting with other shows and doing other stuff, we're kind of going to lose some of that. And I understand he just wants to be on the mic. He just wants to hang out with us, have a good time, bullshit, and let the world hear it. And if they like it, they like it. He didn't want any of the attention that came along with it. So
that's part of it. An anonymous mask.
Guy Fawkes.
It was Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
He was going to say that day, like before going on the show, he's like, "Oh, we're disguised," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" It's like we're not doing that. So,
but that's part. I mean, we had to have that discussion to a point. Like, if this starts growing, like, are we going to promote? Are we going to do something? Because we both have jobs. His is a lot more stringent than mine as far as outside of work appearances, or not appearances. That's not the right way to put it, but the values you reflect. That could in theory possibly be associated with the company.
I have to do a lot to make sure that my job is not referenced in this whatsoever.
Yes,
like
whatsoever.
I've got a cup from my work over to the side with coffee in it that I'm going to drink, and I have to make sure I cover the logo up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So there's so he's got that, but we started to have that conversation. Like, so at some point, if things grow, like because it's not a win in my opinion, it's an if. Like, people are going to have to know about it. So in theory, people are going to work with family, friends, people that you might not want to know are going to know, because you start losing that, that facelessness after a while, especially with video and, all that shit. Because if it's just audio, you don't have any photos ever. That's a little different than when you start doing this shit, like your face is attached to,
for sure.
Whatever.
For sure.
Whatever it is, what it is.
One thing I was going to tell you, and I think he'll appreciate that since his kid's in the room. Lyric Day.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. She slow played the shit out of me. And
how's that?
So the last few months she's had a phone for a while now, and she changed her voicemail every now and then because she's 12 and whatever.
Do they have callback anymore? Do they have like the callback tone, ring back tones?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, the last like 2 months, she's been changing her voicemail, and she's always thought it was funny. And there's always something fucking stupid like her yelling or whatever, and she'll be like, "Hey Dad, check my voicemail. Like, I changed it." So I call it and whatever. Like, oh, that's funny. Well, so the last 2 months, she's been doing it regularly, like once a week. She'll change it, whatever. And so she texted me this morning. She was like, "Hey Dad, check my voicemail. I changed it." I was like, "Oh, I called it. It was goddamn never going to give you up." She rickrolled me. She rickrolled the fuck out of me with that 2 month setup. 2 month setup. I was like,
that is good.
Like, I called her and it rang, and then fucking Rick asked the I was like,
that's pretty good.
God damn it. And she called me. She was like, "I got you so good." I was like, "Yeah, I got to give you that."
Pretty good.
Well played.
That is, well played.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never been slow played like that by a fucking kid that young. I was like, well, I feel like I've done a good job.
Yeah. Who are you, R. Kelly? Jesus.
Grooming.
Oh God. So you guys,
Horrible.
so you guys are
Hold on.
gonna,
I haven't had something he wanted to say, but he was choking it back a little bit.
No, you're anonymous. Go ahead. Nobody's watching it.
That's what we always tell ourselves too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
have to act like that though, honestly.
Mhm.
Like you do have to just say, no one is listening to this, so I will say whatever I want. And it's gotten me in some hot water here and there, like from time to time, like legitimately.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's been a couple things my wife's like, you really did not portray that well. Like that was not portrayed very well.
It's like, well, you're a bitch.
Like that is like you. She's like, I know what you meant, but I know how it sounded, and it didn't sound the way you meant it. Right. And so,
Yeah.
but that's
like
the only way
joke-
we're going to
joke-
say some of the
jokes
shit
and
we
stuff.
say. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's what we run into sometimes. That's why our show actually, that's why we actually edit our show sometimes, because you will have that conversation in your head. You know what you mean and what's going on in the conversation. But then when we go back, when we check for our edits before we put our final show out, sometimes we go, whoa, wait a minute. I said something about a child that I probably should not have said. They're innocent. we have to cut that. So when we edit, everything is still very much in context. It's just that, you know, we might clean up something here or there that could be, because you know what? We talked about that on the episode we just recorded. That's gonna be released on Sunday. You know, you can't say shit anymore, dude. You can't say anything without somebody being harshly and very much upset with you these days.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I have this slight fantasy in my brain of one day being large enough for the sole purpose of like having some public backlash against some shit we said. So I just be like, fuck you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Don't give a care. Don't give a care.
You're going to pull a Chappelle. I will not be summoned. Bitch.
I just want to be able to look at him like, oh, did I offend the retardeds? did I offend you? I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
you can't. Yeah, you really can't say anything anymore without offending people.
Well, the funny thing is that's one way. I shouldn't say differ on, but like here, I don't edit because I recognize the fact that if people are going to get offended no matter what about certain things. But if you listen to our episodes historically and how we talk and the actual real conversations we have versus whatever we're saying, whatever, like there's a trend of you can tell when we're joking and when you're not. But like any one clip of ours out of context could get us both fucking put in jail probably. But at least under suspicion.
Canceled.
Right. Canceled. But as a whole, like we've had a few people listen like, dude, you guys say this shit, but like we know that this about you because we've heard other conversations, you know.
My sister's is pretty staunchly feminist, and she has said to me before, like you guys say some awful things, but if you, like Steven said, listen to that underlying thing and hear the serious conversation when it's there, and you can tell the difference. She's like, you guys are way more like progressive and pro woman and pro, you know, like social justice and things like that than anyone that just took a 5-minute snippet of your show would ever think about
well,
it. And
because
it's like, fuck off.
But but I tend to be a little more like sensitive about it in posting in social media. You would post way worse shit if I didn't have a problem with it, because to me there's no context to it. If you're just flipping through Instagram and you see some shit, you know, whatever, you know,
which is interesting. Yeah. It's interesting that that's that dynamic, because you will say worse shit on here than I will say.
I will absolutely
most of the time, but I will post worse shit than you will
but the reason I'll say worse shit is because, again, there's context for it. You can listen what was leading up, what was leading after. There's other shit around it. Whereas opposed to social media posts, like it just shows up maybe on your feed or suggested, and that's the only fucking thing you see. So, and it's taken different because people don't realize you're joking. Then you do sound like a cunt. Yeah. Hi, Evan.
have you guys run into any of that? I mean, I know you guys edit some when you listen back to things, but have you run into any of? Have you guys run into any snafus where someone has has emailed or commented on something or left a bad review or whatever, saying that you guys had any of that?
No, it's weird, man, because we go back and we check the numbers, and there are people listening from everywhere. I'm really surprised that, you know, we have a lot of listeners from the South. We have a lot of listeners from like Texas and Tennessee, just places that I feel like, do we have that feel or that, you know, I don't know if we walk that line from the South. Really?
I'm joking.
No, I mean,
okay. but nobody really says anything to us. You know, it's like one of those things like where you have your favorite DJ at the radio station and you listen to him, but you never call in. That's kind of how it is for us. There are people listening to our show, but they don't really reach out and say anything to us. Not yet, anyway. And sometimes I wonder if that's because it's weird, because I think sometimes, we say things that are little, you know, some people might find controversial or whatever. But then there's other times where I'm just like, you know, I feel like we're pretty tame, left, right, middle, center, wherever, you know, to the point where everybody can get something out of what we're saying, you know, no matter how you feel about the situation. But recently I was trying to book a guest for the show, and then she got back and she was like, yeah, she's like, I do the show and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, cool. And I wasn't sure if she had listened to the show or not. So I was like, just be sure you check out the show and then get back to me and we'll go ahead and get something on the schedule. Never heard from her again.
The same thing happened to us recently. Yeah.
So I don't know. And I was like, I wanted to write her back. I was like, but we're not as bad as B3F.
That's true.
So.
Dude, do it. Absolutely use us as a reference. Absolutely be like, hey, listen to these guys and then get back to me. You know? Because then we'll have a download. You know, I'm good with that.
So there was a comedian that was in in Knoxville recently. She's from this area, and she was from this area. She's back visiting, and I just hit her up and told her, "What the fuck are you doing?" This is why she does this, because she has to pay off. Hey, get back on the couch.
That's what I told my wife before I came home.
No, you didn't. You were saying, "Hey, is it okay for me to leave your auto show?"
Right.
That's true.
No, but so while she was in town, I just was like, you know, hey, we'd love to have you on. You're from this area. You're a comedian. You live in LA now. We'd love to have you on. She was like, yeah, sure, for sure. Like, but I need to know your COVID protocols. Like, well, we do it at my house, so pretty safe. We're both vaccinated, and that's about the extent of it. And she was like, okay. And then she left, and she's like, but I'll do it remotely sometime. And I said, well, listen to the show, because it's, you know, maybe not your thing.
Right.
Never heard back from her.
Never,
again.
ever.
Never heard back again. So anyway.
Yeah. And that's one thing with us too, especially because, again, you guys came on, but you vetted us too, to a point. But like, I always tell people, like, hey, we're, you know, there's a lot of explicit content and you need to, you know, be sure, like, if you're good with the stuff, because it's not. And I always have to make sure to say that we don't edit, guys. Like, so whatever you fucking say is there, you know, so you gotta own it. So don't come in. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's the thing about it. Like you said, you know, if you just take these snippets of your show, because you guys have so many, you know, if you just go by the snippets or titles that you have or descriptions that you have in the show, you can be misled until you actually click play and go, okay, these guys are a whole lot deeper and a whole lot more meaningful and insightful than just these little blurbs that you may see or think. So that's why I love B3F. I don't know about anybody else.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good right there. That was good. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah. So we've not had anybody really comment on a lot of negative stuff, but here lately we've had some youth, I don't know, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids trying to troll us, but then also begging to be on the show.
Right. I think I saw that. I saw that, right? You guys are getting real lame messages during the shows, right? They were
we got comments on a post, on an Instagram post the other day.
Yeah. I think it's funny though, because we had this conversation a little bit earlier that you said it really gets to me. It gets to me more that you keep accusing it of getting to me. And I think that's why you're fucking doing it. But
it does get to you. It bothers you. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your reaction.
No, it bothers me when it's at the expense of another guest. I don't mind them fucking with us. But it's when, because again, so Jack was commenting on legitimate interaction, right? Sure. So we had a guy that was interacting. These kids were getting on and they were copy and pasting his fucking comments. Like, and they've done that another time.
That's the problem, though, is like, it's not trolling. Like, it's not doing anything.
No, it's not. I get that. But to me, like, if Jack's trying to talk, it's just being a dick to someone else.
I don't understand how that affects him whatsoever.
What's that?
I don't understand how that affects him.
I didn't know if it was affecting him or not. That's the thing. Like, because my thought is I want people to be able to get on the comment section and not be fucking trolled by assholes in the comment, or attempted to be trolled by other assholes in the comment section. Right? If you have somebody that's trying to give you a legitimate interaction on your show, right? People could talk shit to us, But when you start fucking with other people and making it difficult for that conversation to happen, that's what I have the issue with.
Yeah, I just don't think it was difficult for anything. That's the thing.
You're a good, thoughtful host, Steven.
Fuck you, Evan.
Yeah. I bet you were a good boyfriend too.
Yeah, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, he kept it in his pants.
Yeah, right. Gee. Anyway,
No, go ahead. That's fine.
No, that's it. You're just being a dick, sipping on your whiskey and shit. You know it gets to me. That's why you're.
I know what.
poking
Well,
me.
it does, but it also the trolls, if you want to call them that, get to you as well.
They don't. They don't.
All right.
Why do you think it does?
I could tell.
That's not a reason. You can.
I can just tell by it's your manners, your actions. I can see it in your eyes.
Them
And then you putting them in YouTube timeout is clear that bothered you.
Okay, I just said that did them fucking with someone else.
But that's not fucking with someone else.
What is it then?
It's just them being stupid kids. It's
Okay,
not fucking with
but here's the thing.
Jack at
no,
all.
when we had Jack on a different time, they were doing the same fucking thing, and they were like multi-spamming his shit, and we couldn't read because it was filling up.
But Jack was on, so they weren't affecting him.
Might not have been Jack then. It was we had a bunch of people watching and commenting. It was one of the shows with them, and they were on doing the same shit, and we lost comments along the way because of that. It interferes with what the fuck we're doing, and that's what it is. It's not again.
But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get a reaction from you, and they're winning.
But I didn't react. Okay, whatever.
I mean,
no, like how I was putting them in timeout, separating them from the rest of the group, getting a reaction.
That was your reaction.
I didn't call him out.
We pissed him off.
I didn't say that.
No. But I'm saying that's what they're saying. Haha, we pissed him off.
Maybe, but I didn't call it out. I didn't speak about it. I just did it subtly on the side and didn't even mention it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, they have hard-ons right now listening to you guys argue.
They probably do now.
Yeah.
But I'm irritated with him being a fucking cunt about the whole thing.
Don't get upset by it, and I won't be that way.
Jesus Christ. I hate you. I hate you so goddamn much. I want to I hate this show. I hate everything about what we do here. I hate myself more than usual for being on this fucking show that I hate.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So you get so I was gonna say this and you interrupted.
I lost all respect for Evan.
What? What did I do?
You're on this fucking shit show.
So I know you guys are ending season 1. And are you guys taking some time off before you start up season 2?
No. We already ended season 1. We ended season 1. So we did a 20 episode season. We decided to do a 20 episode season. So we did that, and then we took a break about 2 or 3 months, and then we came back. So this season we're only this Sunday's show that will be the show number 8 of the second season. Of the second season. So then we've got 2 more to go. So Benny is about to have yet another child. His wife is about to blow at any time. So I think we can get 2 more shows out. One more, this one is coming out, one more after that, and then one in December. And then that'll do it.
Blow, she'd quit getting pregnant.
What's that?
I said, tell her if she'd blow, she'd quit getting pregnant.
Oh, that's so horrible. Oh my God.
Poor Benny's not here to defend himself, and I'm going to attack him all night long.
He's sure not.
Yeah.
Don't say that about Benny's wife.
There you go.
but yeah, so his wife's about to have a baby number 11, I think, 12, something like that, 9, one of those numbers. They got a bunch of kids.
It's a lot. I think it's 5, right?
Or 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
that's way too many fucking children, especially with the type of father I picture Benny being.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me defend him, as Benny would say if he was here. Children are a blessing.
Oh God.
Oh God. They're a blessing to capitalism because they waste all your money.
And I'm kidding about, but like Benny seems like he's a legit good dude. He's probably a really great dad, but
he probably doesn't hit his wife or anything.
Right. Yeah. Which really that's the standard here in the South.
It is in the South for sure.
Yeah.
He don't even hit his wife. He's a good shit.
Oh, yeah. God. So we'll do that. The break is just us over the holidays, so we probably won't record after the rest of December. We'll do one last show early December, won't record anymore, and then record our first show back sometime early in January with you guys. So
yeah,
and then we'll finish the second half of our second season. What's that?
You sound like it.
I said we're excited about ruining you guys' show.
Really? We'll have to edit ourselves. We'll have to censor ourselves.
They're gonna edit.
No. Wait. Why do you? I don't want you guys to edit yourself. We do that for the small things that we may go back and think of, and the other reason why we edit is just for time.
They don't want them to look bad. They're fine with us looking bad.
We're gonna say terrible shit, and they're gonna laugh and comment on it, and they're gonna edit all of their laughs and comments. It's coming and dub back in and going, I just don't agree with that at all.
We're not going to do that at all.
Racist.
We may
even kids.
We may even honor you guys and just do a strict no edit show, and record from start to finish, and go through. So, but no, we definitely.
I bet we can make you wish you had edited. Oh God. Oh well. So you have some things prepared tonight, and
I'm just pulling. I'm trying to find it, so that's why I'm scrolling.
Do you have a kink of the week?
I do.
Good.
Yeah. Has that? Did we have kink of the week when they were on?
I don't think so. I was
going to say wink.
No, but I think I've seen that on another show before, right?
Well, congratulations.
It's some weird fucking name for something, and you describe what that kink actually is or means. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
See,
and then we discuss.
All right, I'm a fan of the show.
Thank you very much.
That's sweet of you. All right, let's see.
I was a fan of the show till Squab pushed me.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, it's upsetting. It's upsetting for us too, because, while I think Benny and Joel do a decent job at the show, Squab just brought another element. You know what I mean? To the show.
And a name like the Squab, you got to.
Right. And we just don't have that anymore, So yeah, it saddens us a bit, but the show goes on.
The anonymity thing, now I realize why he goes by the name the Squab. Because you can't give yourself a nickname unless you're Jordan.
Well, what made me think immediately that when he said that was the Parks and Rec. And I might have said this before, I don't remember.
I didn't watch Parks.
Something in the douche. Was the DJ's name, but
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm surprised you remembered which one that was.
It's locked in my brain forever.
Yeah, I got you.
Kink of the week, baby.
Yeah, doing it early.
Mm-hmm. So this is
that was abrupt.
Yeah, that's how we do. So this one, it meant something a little different than I thought in my mind when I first read it, but it is Savantophilia.
Savantophilia.
And so usually I think of savant as someone that's naturally great at a piano savant or a chess savant or a
Rain Man.
Yeah.
An idiot savant.
Savantophilia is the arousal to the cognitively impaired or developmentally delayed.
Which could be a savant. I mean, you could be a savant and be developmentally delayed.
You can be both, but it doesn't have nothing to do with actually being it's basically it's hyper attractive to people with learning disabilities. That's your kink.
I gotta write a little description here so I can remember that, and I'm not gonna say what I'm writing, but
yeah. So my thought is, do those people seek out developmentally and mentally challenged people to date, or do they or if they that would probably be frowned upon if I was boning this
for sure.
If this would be frowned upon if I'm boning this 50-year-old man that actually thinks like a 12-year-old, or is it role play?
So
that is what my brain goes in on.
Role play.
You're gonna be Corky from Life Goes On, and I'm gonna be the strict teacher. Oh my god! Oh. God damn it, Corky! Write that either right way around. Yes, ma'am. Now suck my dick.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, my wife and I have actually had this conversation before because we watch a show called.
Which one were you?
We roll both ways.
Do you guys both play the mentally challenged?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm Richard Gere. Sometimes I'm Tom Cruise. It's just the way it is.
You never go full retard.
That's right. There you go. So we watched this show, Love on the Spectrum. It's a great show. It really is a great show.
It is an awesome show.
Yes, it's so good. But I asked her one night after an episode because she used to work with.
Did you ever bang one?
No. I know she would. I mean, would not. No. I said, what is it like legally? How does let's just say someone who's not developmentally disabled, tutors, whatever, I don't know, whatever, but they're involved with someone that is, and they start dating. Like, how does that work? She's like, well, they can date. It's like, well, what if they sleep together? Like, what if they have sex, as teenagers are apt to do?
Right.
What if they, God damn it, I just broke my pen. What happens that she said, well, that depends on the parents and what the developmental disability is, because the parents have to, I mean, if you're a minor, the parents have to sue.
If you're a
for
minor,
statutory, right? That's what I'm saying. If people are minors,
gotcha.
If they're minors, but then also if they're adults, if whatever, you get divorced again and you fall in love with some
special person,
lovable character,
Johnny Knoxville.
There you
go. From The Ringer.
Right, from The Ringer. But she explains, like, well, it depends on what their developmental state is, how far along they're, and kind of, because you can be at a point where you can function in society, but you still can't make those types of decisions on your own. Like, you're not considered developed enough to make that kind of decision, just like a certain age person can't decide
but
to
I would
consent.
imagine, though, that there would have to be some type of perceived transgression for that to even go anywhere. Like,
I'm just saying, if whatever,
like, I'm their caretaker, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no. I'm just no. It doesn't have to be that.
Evan
it could
knows
be
what I'm saying.
No. But it could be your son, your oldest. That's that strength, man. That retard strength to rip that shit off. No. But let's just say your oldest fell for someone that was developmentally disabled,
right?
And they had sex. Even if that person was 18, 19, 20, depending on their developmental state, that could be a law broken. He could be responsible for, I don't know that they necessarily call it rape, could be statutory, could be, I don't know.
It's like, joking aside, it's a very odd fetish, but that's an area of legality that I've never even considered.
Sure.
Right.
I have.
On many occasions.
No, only because I like the show. And hey, did you finish the second season?
Yes,
you did.
Great.
Right. Was there a couple of scenes that just warmed your heart, like the scene in the garden?
There really are. There's a couple of guys that was like, this is as genuine as a human being can get. Like, it's so good.
I really envy them in some ways, because they are so honest and so pure. And there's no desire for them to deceive people. So when you're talking to them and you're dealing with them, it's just them being genuine people, speaking their heart, speaking their mind. And there's just, how can you not love that or wish that everyone could operate like that?
The one guy, I want to say his name was Michael, I think, but he's a little heavy set or whatever, guy, but dark haired guy, but he's one of my favorites. But like, you can see in his eyes, like when he asks about them, if they're into something he's not into, he immediately goes like, oh. Like, this is just great. I don't know. Man, I love that show.
Well, no, I can say honestly, you're gonna give me shit you have before, but back when I was younger, I volunteered with the Special Olympics, because in Nashville they had like a co-ed thing. Like, you'd have volunteers that would go and you would play the sports, like kickball, volleyball, whatever the case may be, with retarded people. You've been down syndrome, developmentally disabled. And it was so much fun. Like, I went several years. I'd go down, and like, so those guys were fucking hilarious. They were fun as shit. And like, I did the volleyball the few years I went, and one of the guys figured out that if he knocked the shit out of the ball, everyone would laugh. So anytime the fucking ball came to this kid, he would knock that shit to the upper fucking bleachers at Vanderbilt Stadium. Like, the shit was amazing. And he would, but anyway, there were only 2 teams. We lost. But then in the podium, they're like, we're number 1, but I mean, there were some of those genuine, like, they were so cool. The people were, but it was a fucking blast. But anyway. What?
Steve,
no, go ahead.
I know you're cynical. Was it fun for you because you like them, like, running up and missing the ball when they kicked it? And
he just like feeling superior.
I was less cynical back then and much more idealistic.
Okay.
Well, how old were you?
This one I would have been 15.
Oh, 16. So you were like super Christian.
Yeah, that's when I was super in the church. Yeah.
Okay.
No, because I remember we went, and the opening ceremony is you march. Like, there's a big, like, a little parade thing that comes into the stadium, and they do the the lighting of the torch and all that shit. And there's a youth pastor that would go with us. He refused to go in the parade because he was afraid that other people would think he was retarded.
Oh my God.
I shit you not. A minister, a man of God, was like, no, I'm not going to march in that because they might think I'm one of them. Was how he would word it.
Oh jeez.
You did right by getting out of there.
Yeah, right.
You know who is super Christian?
Who's that?
Benny.
Is he?
I'm not that surprised, honestly. Catholic?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay. Catholic doesn't count.
No,
it does. I'm kidding.
No, I mean, but it's not Christian.
They worship him idols, him saints, and that motherfucking.
They pray to Mary.
They pray to Mary. That ain't Jesus.
Benny's not here to defend himself. I was just letting you know that he's super Christian.
Oh, I know.
No,
We're
fine.
laughing because that's the attitude of a lot of the churches toward like Protestant churches towards the Catholics, especially in the
Baptists and
South.
things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they
know.
pray to them idols. That's idolatry.
Yeah.
To ask a man to forgive you is, that's not, bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Right.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I guess the Catholic Church more like, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Get that good Catholic gluck.
I'm sorry, Benny. I didn't mean to bring this up.
Benny, is what you get when you don't come on. Quit having kids. Take over the world.
I know. We always tell him his pullout game is weak because you're not using rubbers or birth control. So yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, that was the kink of the week.
Yeah.
So, I remember reading
Savantophilia.
Savantophilia. I do remember reading a news story a few years ago of a teacher in Alabama that got arrested for she was banging one of her special ed kids.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
so
yeah. I remember that.
I
I don't think he was that special ed though.
No, it was special needs. So I don't know if he was.
It's so much that can be considered. But
Yeah.
all right. My oldest, Gabe, was in the quote what they call the gifted program for like the super smart.
Right.
But that's also special ed, which is crazy.
But this is the special need, like the kids that were a little developmentally slow. But she was grown and they were underage. So not only did she bang some with mental disabilities, but also a minor.
Nice.
Yeah, for them, not for her.
You never really got into South Park much, did you?
No, I like South Park.
I like South Park a lot. There's an episode. I don't know, Evan. You ever get into South Park?
Yeah,
watch
South Park. Yeah.
The episode where the teacher's sleeping with the what is his brother? He's in kindergarten.
Oh yeah.
He goes to the police to report it, and they're like, "Who is the guy? What's his name?" Tell me. He's like, "No, it's a woman." And they go, "It's a woman. She's sleeping with a boy." And then again, and all every time it comes to the case, go, nice. That's all the cops ever.
Is it Ike?
Nice.
Ike is the little brother, right? I think it was
Ike,
little brother
yes,
Ike.
Ike.
Yeah.
Ike. Yeah.
But this is absolutely one of those episodes that you could listen through all of them. Like, yeah, these guys just are fucking terrible. It's like there's been no redemptive quality in any part of this episode so far.
We like love on the spectrum.
Do you think they should be looked down upon because they're attracted to that?
What do you mean by they?
The woman.
The people.
Savantophiliacs.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. It's just kink shaming.
Yeah, it's kink shaming for sure.
I don't know. 'Cause to me, anything like that, it has some roots, and you've been fucked up by something at some point. Like
so we should kill them then.
Yes.
Okay.
No, but most of those, like most I'm talking about fucking pedophilia, you fuck. But
I know.
But I'm saying, but most kinks, like whether it be like fucking like golden showers or fucking shit play or like bestiality, like those types of things are yeah, you drink some of that fucking good Evan. but like all those things, they're caused by some type of trauma usually, or abuse or some weird shit that happens. So like I don't.
Special needs kid beat up on you when you're little.
Maybe they had a little brother or sister that had like a disability, and they felt like their parents loved that kid more than. There's all kinds of weird shit like that. But I don't know. I feel like there's a cause for it. You know, they need therapy. I don't know if it's like looked down on as much as they need fucking help. But we're also in such a permissive, and I guess it would. But again, if they act on it, like taking advantage of a younger kid, then that's fuck them. You know, then burn in goddamn hell. I don't give a fuck.
Sure,
there's no hell, but I'm human on Earth. But yeah. But I think some of these kinks are just people need fucking help, and we're in a place now, society wise, that we don't want to shame anyone. We can't say, well, that's bad or that's unhealthy. It's like, no, that's just how they are. It's okay.
Gotcha.
I think it's one of those things.
So
It's like being fat. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. It shouldn't be fucking celebrated. Your body type's your body. Like, don't be ashamed of who you
all
are.
bodies are beautiful. Shut the fuck up. Fucking bigoted, white trash, cisgendered, hetero.
Exactly.
Piece of shit. I hope you get COVID and die of cancer.
Oh, dude, I would be so happy if I had both those things happen, like in a short period of time. Like, I wake up in the morning sometimes like, oh, fuck, I'm alive.
All right. You brought up hell just a second ago. There's a tangent, but I'm staying somewhat.
We didn't answer his questions, though. Should people be looked down upon that
Yes.
have an
Yeah,
attraction
no, if all right, if you have an attraction to it, you're just weird. If you act on it, then you should absolutely be looked. Even if it's not a minor, you should be looked down on for sure.
Well, but do you have a window of disability though? Like if it's, say, the person's 30, right, but they have the mind of a 20-year-old.
Every 30-year-old I know has the mind of a 20-year-old.
I'm saying, or like, say it's like they're still their brain never developed past like being a teenager, right?
Sure.
So, but not like they're still like 4, right?
Which is kind of the rarity when it comes to that kind of stuff.
It is,
yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Is there a line there then? Because obviously, if somebody still like has the mental capacity all night,
I mean, you get the mind of a teenager. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like, so you have somebody that's mentally, their age mentally is like 8,
sure,
is much different than somebody's mentally, 16.
Sure.
So where is that line drawn as far as legality as another consenting adult?
It's
I think
I don't know.
I think it's if they're able to function in society on their own, because there are a lot of them who live alone and have their own apartments and can do their own shopping, even though they may have their different levels of anxieties when it comes to dealing with social issues or whatever. But if they're an adult that lives as an adult, then they can make up their mind to we're
talking about the teachers right now, right? No, I agree. I think it's a case by case basis, but he put that way more eloquently than I could.
That was a very good answer.
Yeah, it's very PC.
Yeah. I still jerk off to his voice.
Do you?
So smooth.
All right.
Fuck.
That right there has got it. Oh, thank you, Evan. You just
I went through my kid's headphones. He was like,
yeah.
So
no, what I've done is I've gone through in Pro Tools and I've chopped up syllables and words and sounds of his voice, and I've just made it fucking one long tape of dirty talk.
Yeah.
It's like, stroke that cock for me, big boy. Do it. Stroke that shit. Oh, come for me. Yeah. And then now.
Oh God!
Perfect.
I'm gonna text message from my wife a minute, going, "Can you please tell Steven to quit yelling?"
Yeah. Tell your wife she's not my mom.
Oh God!
Evan, are you regretting being on here tonight yet, good sir?
No, I'm not. I'm actually very glad to be part of the conversation.
Are these the conversations you guys edit out of your show?
I feel like they don't get to this point.
I feel like they don't either.
Nah, sometimes they do. Sometimes a lot of the conversations, like we'll have conversations on the show, and then there'll stuff that stuff we'll talk about after we've finished hitting record or whatever. But usually we're just trying to stay. You guys are free flowing. We usually try to stay on topic and try to hit shit and get in and get out. Like I was saying earlier, the other part of us editing is trying to condense the show, keep context, but have it enough so people can ingest it in one sitting. That's just our theory behind it. So
no, I think that's valid. Like I think those are recipes or pieces to probably a much more successful format of having a show. Like one of the things that works against us a lot is our complete. I think it helps us, like it's become part of what we do, but sometimes it's like, fuck, we had a really good thing going, and then I usually derailed some shit or,
well, it takes two of us to be a less successful Joe Rogan.
Right, exactly. Well, one of my things is, and I think it's funny because it drives you crazy when I consistently tangent off of shit you're trying to talk about.
Sure.
Right. But it also drives me crazy when you do like a fucking 30-minute callback. Like, well, what we were saying earlier was, like, it's gone. It's in the past.
It's only gone because you kicked it out of the way.
Because it was stupid.
We need a referee. That's what we need. We need to have somebody sitting here just to be a referee.
Yeah.
That's really what we need. Yeah. So
yeah, not your kids, because they always side with you because you've raise them to think like you.
Whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of special needs.
Yeah. Oh God. Well,
yeah. I had one other thing. It's a little bit of news, and I think we've got time.
Do you?
Before the
Okay.
break. Do you want
For sure.
your news story? I don't have the news music keyed up, so
yeah, I don't have it.
Yeah,
immediately ready.
But I read this. It's a couple weeks old. It's October, and I laughed my ass off when I read it. And never brought it in, but with Benny, we keep talking about Benny. With Benny here, I want to read it. I want to share.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb,
Why do you hate that so much? Why do you hate that so much, Stevie?
Because I like it.
Joey has this love of fucking drops and shit, and I hate drops.
It's not a drop. It's just music. Listen, I have conceded the drops to you, and I play that. That's my handiwork. That's what
I was looking for.
Yeah, no, I've conceded, and I don't play the drops.
I know,
but when I find something good that fits the time, I'm gonna play it.
I know. That's fair. That's fair. All right. So the headline is a New Zealand city is taking its official wizard off of the payroll after 2 decades.
Holy shit. New Zealand.
Yep.
Some Lord
have you read this, Evan, or heard it?
No. Continue, please.
Okay. So in Christchurch, New Zealand is parting ways with its official city wizard after more than 2 decades. His offensive remarks about women and the local government's new tourism strategy reportedly spelled his doom. Ian Brackenbury Channel, I don't know, is known as the Wizard of New Zealand, apparently even on his official documents like his passport. He's been on the city council's payroll since 1998, receiving an annual salary of $16,000 to provide acts of wizardry and other wizard-like services as part of promotional work for the city of Christchurch.
That's why they got rid of him.
But the job will soon become, like many wizards before him, a thing of legend. The council have met with the wizard. That's what they refer to him as.
The wizard?
In the conversation as
Is he the gray or the white?
I don't know.
All right.
Council has met with the wizard and sent him a letter thanking him for his services over the past decades and informing him that we are bringing our formal contractual arrangements.
He must be a shit wizard, because if he's a really good wizard, they wouldn't fire him.
Yeah, but his final payment's not going to be made. It will be made in this December, so he's still getting paid for a couple more months.
He walked into the city council, was like, "You shall not fire me."
Yeah, decision was a difficult one, according to the council. She explained that Christchurch promotional landscape is changing to increasingly reflect our diverse communities and showcase.
What's more diverse than a wizard?
A vibrant, diverse modern city is attractive to residents. Blah blah blah. That may have been the only reason the Guardian report, citing controversial comments made by the wizard back in April. He said, "I love women. I forgive them all the time. I've never struck one yet. Never strike a woman because they bruise too easily in the first thing. And then they'll tell the neighbors and their friends. And then you're in big trouble." He said at a screening of a current affairs show on New Zealand today.
Jesus Christ. They bruise too easy.
He's trolling the city. He's trolling the city. That's a troll.
Yeah. Sure. And there's a lot more. And he said, Chanel told him that the wizards told the council had waved him off because he didn't fit with the city's modern image, calling them a bunch of bureaucrats who have no imagination and are not thinking of ways to promote Christchurch overseas. Despite his disappointment, he promised to keep visiting the art center to chat with tourists and locals. It makes no difference. I will still keep going. They will have to kill me to stop me. Anyway, and there's you
can't kill a wizard.
Background. Right, exactly. But anyway, so this dude has made money, 16 grand a year, the past 2 decades. Being the
16 grand is not a lot of money, though.
No, but I don't know what he might have another gig. I don't know, but for being but 16 grand for being a wizard,
birthday parties.
Yeah, but 16 grand for being a wizard, it's pretty fucking cool.
I guess.
If I could pull off getting paid 16 grand a year to be a wizard, straight up, I would still have a regular job, but I would come and be a wizard.
I'm not impressed.
I'd wizard all over them lips. Yeah. Cast my spells.
I need to see video from their city hall meeting or council meetings or whatever to see what did a wizard do.
Well, what I want to know is, and I'm thinking, reading a little bit, that maybe it was kind of a publicity thing. Like they had him as he's the wizard. And it's like this quirky, funny thing. Like I don't know if he's actually considered himself to be a wizard, but
I'm sure he considers himself to be a wizard. Probably for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought that was fantastic.
What was his name? Did it give his name?
It did.
Give his
I
name?
read it.
I just wanted to know if he had like a wizard
I don't know.
type
But
name.
would you, if you could get your name as the Wizard on your passport or your driver's license, would you get it? Like you would officially be called the Wizard?
I don't think so, because Michael Jordan sucked when he went and played for the Wizards. So I think I would. I want to stay away from that.
Okay, Evan, would if you could have a weird title like that, which you would be known by on your IDs, would you do it?
Yeah, but I'd want it to be sexual so that I could raise my eyebrow every time, when they read it and looked at me.
You can make it sexual. Like, the Wizard. I'd make them boners disappear.
Oh God!
I suck out the car.
I got it. I got it. I knew what you meant.
Just making sure.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Or you make all the moisture disappear in the room.
Could be that
right away. I just sucked nicotine down my throat. Oh God damn it!
No, I mean, sure, it would be nice to have something, but not Wizard. I wouldn't.
I have given legitimate consideration that after my kids move out, like all of them are 18 and over, of legally changing my name to something ridiculous.
Like what?
I don't know. I haven't given it that
You
much
had to have had a thought about it.
This random shit like the Wizard, like something like that would be my legal fucking name on my IDs. Like I think that would be just fucking magical, and you can. Like nobody does it hardly, but you can. And the fact that I can change my name to be anything I want it to be, like it can.
I wonder, is there a limit to what you can change your name to?
I'm sure they have,
because there's a limit to what you can get put on your license plate.
Depends on the country you live in.
But the license plate is different than your ID. Your legal name. But I know they do have a list of names, like you can't name your kid like fucking cutthead. Like there's like profanity.
So
laws
then that would lead me to believe you can't change your name to that.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. So there's probably profanity laws. So you probably
That's what I'm saying. There's got to be a limit. Where's that limit at? Like if you wanted to have yourself change your name changed to Adolf Hitler, would they let you?
Right. Just have to spell it differently. Adolf, ADULF.
There was a story about that a few years back. I don't remember where it was. Overseas somewhere, where the parents wanted to name their kid like Hitler or Adolf Hitler specifically, something like that, and they didn't want to let them, and they were like, "No, this is what our kid's name is going to be." So
one of those communist countries.
I just like the thought of having just something fucking ridiculous that wouldn't even have to be funny, just something that I would enjoy being. People have to call me that, or getting pulled over and show my ID and Curly McLimplock, just something fucking stupid. It'd be fantastic.
Jesus.
I'm changing my name to Evan Binney.
Evan Binney.
But I have this thought though, when I was younger, like when you get old enough, you can literally change your name to anything. I mean, within, like I said, profanity laws, whatever outside, but like it could be anything.
Yeah.
Why don't people do that?
Some people do.
Not many.
I feel like you get too much time on your hands if you're going out and changing your name.
Yeah. Why do you want to change your name?
Right. There's bigger fish to fry than changing my name.
It's not about frying a fish. It's about entertainment. It costs the same amount as going to a movie for the night, and about the same amount of time.
I understand that, but it's still time out of your schedule. You could be doing something more constructive.
Like watching Love on the Spectrum?
Yeah, that's definitely more constructive. You're giving support to special needs people.
It's entertaining and educational.
Oh, okay.
If you don't watch it, they don't renew it for another season. Those people don't get paid. I mean, it's trickle down economics.
Okay. Reagan.
That's right.
Oh my God. I'm just saying that we waste our time on a bunch of other shit that's not constructive at fuck at all. It's just another thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's just something that appeals to you.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I wonder if there's a limit on how many times you could change your name. Like if I change my name once a year.
I don't know. I bet there's no limit to it. I mean,
like I would find that enjoyable to consistently have a different legal name.
Why?
I don't know. Well, I just think there's no reason. It's just an abstract thing that would be fun.
Steven wants to waste a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to be a reason for it to be fun. Though.
No.
Yeah. Nothing is fun for no reason.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing. Tell me something that's fun with zero reason that it's fun.
Changing my name.
There's a reason if you find it fun.
The reason is, that's the reason. I find it fun.
But why do you find it
entertains me.
Why? What's entertaining?
I don't know. It's just this is the concept of being able to change my name anytime I want, willy nilly. That just it's a happy thought for me. That's all.
Yeah.
I laugh in the thought of a legacy.
I may need to file charges against Amanda for having sex with you.
That's fair.
She's developmentally disabled.
She should get. Yeah, that's true. She should get a lot of those things.
I don't get why anyone would change their name. Even if you hate your parents and you don't want the same last name, I still don't understand taking the time to change your name.
But it doesn't mean anything.
What doesn't mean anything?
Your name. Why not change it to whatever?
It doesn't mean anything. So why take the time to change it? That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, why take the time to do half the shit you enjoy doing just because you enjoy doing it?
Yes, but what is it it's enjoyable about that? I can tell you why I enjoy watching Love on the Spectrum.
Right, I know.
You've yet to tell me why you want to change your name.
I think it's funny.
Why do you think that?
I don't have a
That's
reason.
like saying, I don't like that. Why don't you like it? Because I don't like that.
Right.
You said the same thing. It's not the answer.
See, I can defend why I don't like something most of the time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's the same. You can't say why you do like or don't like something by saying
can.
I do. That's not giving a reason.
It's like the Chris Rock joke.
You're not Chris Rock.
I'm not Chris Rock, but I'm saying it's the same.
And that's cultural appropriation.
It's the same concept behind the fucking joke.
It's not.
It is.
What joke is it?
I think it's Chris Rock. I might be misquoting the comedian, but it's the why do black people like menthols or like Newports? Because they do.
It was Dave Chappelle.
It was
on Chappelle's show. It was
I thought it was a Chris Rock bit.
It was the sketch, the I Know Black People sketch.
I know that sketch.
Yes, and it was why do black people like menthols?
Because
the guy said,
I thought Chris Rock.
One guy said because they do, and the other guy said I don't know, and he said that's right, no one knows.
Yeah, you're right. I just watched that. Right.
But that's a sketch for comedy.
I know, but
you're not doing that. There is no joke here.
I didn't say there was a joke here.
You just said that's the joke.
The concept behind that joke is the reason.
No.
Yes.
It's not the same thing.
Why do you have to have a reason for everything?
You just do. There is a reason for everything.
Yeah, my reason is that I like it.
Yeah, what's the reason that you like it?
Same way I like fucking blowjobs because I like them.
No, because they feel good. That's the reason.
I think they feel terrible.
You come at the end. Now you're just being a dick. Because you know I'm right. You do this shit when you know I'm right.
No, it's the thing is like I understand what you're saying, but I feel like you can like shit just because you like it without a specific reason.
There's a reason.
Maybe you can't identify the reason. God damn it.
Didn't say that. That's
I
not
did.
What, no, you didn't.
I said I don't know what the reason is. I just do.
No.
That's God damn it. Is that not what I said, Evan? I don't know. I just do.
I feel like my friend left me in the room and his parents are arguing. And
I know,
I'm awkwardly sitting here waiting for him to get back.
You're supposed to chime in and tell us who's right. That's the
or
thing.
Jump in with this.
Yeah, or jump in with it.
Do you think you have to have a specific reason to like something?
No. You do have a specific reason. It's not that you have to have a specific reason. You do.
Okay.
No one likes anything for no reason or dislikes anything for no reason. No. Tell me an example of something you like or dislike and you have no reason.
Some people are just hateful, man, and just don't like certain things or certain people.
But that's the reason they've decided to be hateful, so they're taking aim at something.
Yeah. There was no particular cause that caused that reaction for them to have.
Right.
They just decided that's what they wanted to do. Yeah.
That's right. They decided to be that way, so now they're going to be that way.
Okay. But
that's not the
you just
same
said there's
thing.
no legitimate reason.
No. They had there's no purpose or cause for them to take that approach. They just decided to take that approach, and that's why they don't like it, because they've dug their heels in, is what I'm saying. They've just said, I don't like that guy, whoever it is.
But why don't they like him?
Because for them, it's like an approach to take.
Yeah.
That's why.
Why?
Because it's this different approach to take.
Sometimes people are just assholes.
Yeah. That's the reason that they're doing it, because they want to pursue that persona.
But you got to take it back. Then what's the reason for being an asshole?
No. We're not talking about the reason. I didn't say you have to have a reason to be a certain way. I said you have a reason to like something or dislike something. The reason they dislike it is because they said, you know what? I'm going to say, fuck that guy. And that's why I'm going to do it. They don't have any reason to hold on a minute. They don't legitimately dislike that guy. They're taking a vocal stance against the person.
I disagree.
That's fine. You're welcome to. It's America.
No, because people arbitrarily hate things all the time because it reminds them of something. I mean, they might have other.
That's the reason. It reminds them of something.
You jumped on that specifically. Yeah, that would be the reason in that case, right? But it might be subconscious. They may have no idea what that reason is. They just hate it.
Okay, there's a reason though. It may be subconscious.
Okay.
People their subconscious things come up in therapy all the time for people.
Yeah,
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. But my point is I don't have a reason. I'm sure there is a reason. I don't have one.
You don't know what the reason is.
I don't have one.
No, you have one. You just said I'm sure there is one, but I don't have one.
Wait. Let's start here.
One?
Let's start here. Steven, do you like your name?
Yeah, I'm indifferent to it, but yeah, sure, it's fine.
That's the thing. You're indifferent to it. You have no reason to like it or dislike it.
Right.
There you go.
So you're indifferent.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That doesn't.
You're also making my point.
If I'm indifferent to it, it doesn't matter if I change it or not. It would just be fun for me.
I understand. Yes, and I'm asking you
why
is that fun?
And I'm saying I don't have a reason.
But you also did just say I'm sure there's a reason. I just don't have one.
Right. So I don't have one. Just because one exists doesn't mean I have it.
It doesn't mean you know it.
Okay. Sure. Have, no, same thing.
No, it's not.
It's having knowledge.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
It is having knowledge.
Yep. And if I don't have that knowledge, then I don't have the reason. The reason exists.
You don't know the reason.
I don't have the knowledge of the reason.
That doesn't mean there's not a reason.
I just said that, goddammit.
I know. So you're saying the same thing I'm saying. You're just using different words now.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm pleased that you're saying the same thing I'm saying.
I want to take a fucking break.
No, you got nicotine in your mouth.
No, I want a cigarette. It's different than nicotine.
No. Okay. Well,
Evan might have to go though.
Ask Evan.
Evan, do you want to take a break?
If it's time, you guys are like an hour in. Is that your usual break time? I'm good.
Yeah, usually it's break time.
Yeah. Is this one of those times when you guys awkwardly go, you can stay if you want to, or we're just gonna talk?
You can jump in at any goddamn time.
Yeah.
We've made this abundantly clear. If you don't, you have a reason for not.
That's right.
No,
the reason you like or dislike jumping in.
It's
how is your relationship with your dad?
My relationship with my dad is pretty good. It actually got better as I became older and adult than it was when I was younger.
Samesies.
Yeah,
mine's been okay with my parents my life. I've been lucky in that regard. Actually, they're very disappointed in how I've turned out, but I'm still close to my parents. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are disappointed with where my life has gone.
Right.
Yeah. Me in particular.
Yeah, I don't want to be a rude guest just jumping into your conversation while you guys.
No, that's what we want you.
We have you here.
That's why we want people here.
I'm okay. I know it. Second hour, I'm all in your shit. I'm all over the place.
At the beginning of the show, what the fuck did I say?
I don't know.
You did. You said, just feel as if I'm at home as another host of the show.
Third host.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah.
You got something you want to talk about?
I'm gonna do that.
You bring up a topic if you got something you want to talk about.
I'm going to do that. Second hour?
I'm just second hour. I'm just glad that right now when we're arguing though, like we've done this before and had like actually somebody important on the podcast. I'm kidding.
I got beans, cream, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, cream, potatoes, tomatoes.
We'll be back.
Beans, cream, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, raw, beans, cream, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken.
Shit slaps.
Chicken.
I don't even know what button to push right now. I hate you so bad.
Go ahead. You get there.
Are we still on the air?
No, we're still on the air for sure. We're letting Steven fumble through. All right, so we gotta either now or after Evan's gone, we gotta do our picks for the week.
Oh, we should let Evan jump in with the picks.
It's fine with me.
You can go up against us. You want to do some football picks?
We can. It'll all be guesses. You heard Benny's play. So all right, let's go for it.
Go ahead. So I'll tell you. So while you're pulling that back up, after week 8, you didn't get a single one right in week 8.
You got 2.
So you're still at 12, and I got 2 right. I got the Colts and the Bills.
So you're up by
correct.
1.
I am up by 1. It's 13-12 right now. And so I sent you the games for the week minus last night's game, Thursday night. So this is week 9.
Yep.
You let me know when you are ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I will start writing.
All right, cool. Let's go. I'll go Dolphins over the Texans.
All right. What's the spread?
There is not one.
There's not a negative anything.
There's not a number. They're both 1-7. There's no number, unless you want to count Fox the spread. I'm intentionally picking that.
Interesting.
I'm intentionally picking that one.
So it's a money line pick for you. That's fine.
Sure.
Where are you going?
What's that?
What are you picking?
Fucking Dolphins. I don't care.
Dolphins. All right.
Sure. I'll go Patriots, Panthers. I'll say Panthers.
Patriots, Panthers.
Negative 3.5 for New England.
Negative 3.5 for New England. And you're going Panthers.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And then Chargers and Eagles. I'll take the Chargers.
Chargers and Eagles.
And
that is Chargers negative 1.5.
Yep. And that's my picks.
Chargers and Eagles.
I don't give a shit about any of those.
And you said Chargers.
Sure.
Okay. Evan?
All right.
I know you don't see what we're seeing, but
right.
I don't know if you know of any games
just
this
pick
week.
3 random teams.
Give me the rundown.
All right, so I'll just start Sunday, top of the list. Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati is giving up 2.5 is the spread. So that means that the Bengals, if they win, they have to win by more than 2.5 points to be considered a win.
Yeah, give me the Bengals.
So, you won't. All right, so you're just gonna go straight off the bat with the Bengals.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Evan with the Bengals.
Okay.
Negative 2.5. So the next game is. I tell you what, I'm just gonna start reading off the.
Give me Carolina. Give me Carolina over whoever they're playing.
That's the Panthers, right? Patriots and Panthers. All right.
Yeah.
So, Patriots and Panthers, and you want Carolina.
All right. Who's Atlanta playing?
Negative 3.5. Hold on a minute.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You said Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
I think that they're on a bye this week.
Are they on a bye?
I think they're on a bye this week. Give me just a second. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're playing the Saints, and New Orleans is giving up 6.5. So Falcons plus 6.5.
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? I thought I heard that Jameson was doing well recently. Give me New Orleans on that one.
All right. So you're going to take New Orleans on that. All right.
Oh God.
So let's see here.
This means it's time to go.
Yeah. Let's see here. Bills and Jaguars. Bills are giving up 14.5.
Look how much wider my stomach is than my face. That's insane.
Look how much thinner I am than you. All right, so Bills and Jags, and the Bills are giving up 14.5, and I'm still going to take the Bills.
The camera adds a few pounds, Steven.
No, the camera takes away pounds.
You know what takes away pounds? Eating healthy.
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing.
Yeah,
you can eat like shit and go to the gym and still not lose weight. You're gonna build muscle.
Also, you still lose weight. Calorie intake, bitch.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Now we're getting to the age that I have to start eating a little healthier if I want to get where I'm decent looking, but I'll still lose some weight while I'm working out.
So Packers and Chiefs.
I'll lose fat. So much fat.
Yep. Like I've been doing. Motherfucker, I'm under 199 now.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
She's got no muscle mass.
Packers and
I'm
Chiefs.
Cultivating mass.
Chiefs are
tiny.
7.5, and I'm going to take the Chiefs because Aaron Rodgers is not playing.
Dude, I just hit 220. It's a new record fat for me.
Yeah, I'm holding steady at 245.
Titans and Rams.
How tall are you?
5'11 and a half.
Oh shit!
That's 1 inch taller than me. Titans and Rams. Rams are giving up 7.5, and I'm going to take the Rams because Derrick Henry's not playing anymore. So there's the football picks.
That took so long.
Did it really?
So much time.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, lamb, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Steven, have you seen the video that goes with it?
I don't care. I don't want to. I may have at some point in time. Don't give a shit.
Anyway. Okay. There you go. There's the picks for week 9.
Yeah.
You do know though, because we decided to make this a 2-part episode. At some point this week, we gotta record.
You
week
brought
10.
this up. You brought this up more than once.
I'm just letting you know. I just want to remind you because you'll forget.
Okay. And we're back. I switched sides on you too.
I see that.
I want to give you more of an authoritative feeling.
Nah, I like that bump though. Is that a
Thanks.
stock video you guys bought, or did you do that yourself?
More or less. Yeah, dude, I don't have the skills to do that type of shit. So
Yeah.
I need to learn them, but there's a site called, it's stupid, it's called Videos. And it's made specifically for like logo shit. It's just stock footage that you throw your logo on or whatever, you can edit text
Right.
and fonts. I made a few for the show just to spice it up a little bit, but you know, work in progress. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the juice?
The who? Juice? I love juice. I love juice.
No, I had this joke. We talked about this once in my brain. I think it'd be a really funny comic that, or not a comic as a stand-up comic, like a comic strip, like in a paper, what the fuck ever. But it's just Hitler sitting there, like reading a paper, like little pot belly, like I have, and like one of his, like a doctor saying, "Oh, you know what you need is a juice cleanse," and him going like, and then the Holocaust happens.
It's pretty good.
It's just a Holocaust it was a misunderstanding.
You should do that in stand-up.
I should.
Yeah. Let's go Sunday night and do it.
I'll do it in stand-up. I'm gonna fuck.
Let's go Sunday night.
David Tell is really good with that.
Yes, David Tell's the master.
Yeah, he it was me and Joel. Me and Joel that would be a yearly thing for me and him to go see David Tell at the Improv in DC. And one particular show that we saw, he was great, man. He just goes, and then after he finishes his material, you know, he's just riffing anything that comes to his head. Yeah. And I remember he was standing there, he was thinking, and I was like, "Don't stop." And he was like, "What? Hitler rocks." It's just like, but
he's a comedian's comedian. Like all the comedians love David Tell.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Well, so you keep saying like, "Let's go." Like, I'll perform if you perform. That's how I roll.
You want to go Sunday?
Are you gonna perform?
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Yeah. Just remind me when we get done tonight to make sure that they're actually doing one this Sunday night.
Yeah. If they're doing,
we'll see. Yeah.
All right, game on.
Okay.
And I'll do my normal amount of preparing.
I know. It's fine. It's fine.
Are you really? You have your
I will absolutely go and do it if you want to. I just, at this point, I'm just waiting on you to
what changed?
Be willing to go. I need to do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Quit making excuses. Goddamn right.
We were going to do it one other time, and then I said, both said, like, all right, this Sunday we're going and doing it.
Okay, I thought you just wanted to go and like scope it out.
No, the first night, that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
The next time, which was several weeks later, you and I were like, we'll do it this Sunday night. And you're like, yeah, I'll get back from wherever with my kids at this time. And I never heard back from you.
Yeah, I don't think I got back. Yeah, I should be back though. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Joey has talked about wanting to do stand up like a set for.
I need to do it before I turn 41.
Yeah. And I told him I'll do one because I don't care if I suck. Like everybody can, it'd be terrible. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It means more to you.
No. What really
not
is
performing, being able to. Yeah.
No. What really is the issue is I don't want to. That's why I wanted to go scope it out. I don't want to do something where I'm told you can't come back and do it here again.
But that means you did it well.
Maybe. Or you did it so poorly.
Either way is a win.
It's not, though.
Yeah.
No.
It is because somebody else will let you do it. There's always other places.
Sure.
So
the whole thing is.
You guys got a solid 2.5 minutes?
I do.
Because that's all they're going to get anyway for the first time.
I'll come up with one.
Yeah.
Okay. Hit me with something, Joey.
Not
your best stuff.
That's not how it works.
Not your best stuff. Just something.
No, that's not how it works.
But that's exactly what he does to any comic we've had on here. Okay, give us your best bit.
That is absolutely what I've never done. Because first off, we've never had. Hunter does not count.
I'm not calling big comedians, but I'm saying anytime we've had somebody.
First off, he's the only comic we've had on.
No.
Who else do we have?
We had the clean comedian on, and you asked him for the same bit.
I did not say give us your best bit.
No, you didn't say best bit.
Well,
like you said, closing or opener or whatever. Well, he said not your best bit. That's
Yeah, I didn't want your best bit.
You
I
ask
just wanted
comedians
something.
for bits that have been on.
I don't think I have. I'll go back and listen. You won't, but I'll go back and listen and see.
Okay.
All
Do
right.
it. And then let me know I'm wrong later.
I will.
That'll waste 2 hours of your time.
It won't.
Okay.
It won't.
Okay.
No, it's not a waste of my time if I prove you wrong. It's absolutely not. That's why I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't
Joey,
care. I'm used to being wrong.
you made me think about something, Joey. You know, at the end of that last segment when we were talking
You
about.
stay on it, Evan.
Go ahead. What did that make you think about?
No, you made me think about something when you were talking about, or I guess it was Steven that asked first about how my relationship was with my dad. And I thought about something because there was something that happened recently with my oldest kid that I'm going to save that we're going to talk about on my show because I'm going to talk about that with you guys. But this particular thing, how well do you guys think you know your dads? Like if somebody told you a story about your dad, or if he took, like, would you shit yourself because you'd be like, I just didn't know him or think of him that way?
No.
There was a time that was the case, but now no. Like I've learned some things about my dad through random. When my mom was moving one time, we found a box of stuff, and my sister and I looked through, and we found a letter that my dad had written my mom, which my parents have been divorced since I was like 6, but we had found a letter that he had written to her, and it was like something about him that I had never knew or thought or anything like that. But then also found out, I found out at one point that there's supposed to be a kid between me and Jessica, and he told my mom, I'm not sure that our marriage will survive with another kid right now, and so she went and got an abortion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A smorgasbord.
A what?
A smorgasbord?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And so that was an interesting thing about my dad. But as I've gotten older, I've learned that the things I thought about my dad when I was young weren't true. My mom shit talked my dad a ton when I was young, and my dad never talked bad about my mom.
And she killed your sibling.
She did do that. She did do that. He might have pushed her along, but she laid there and spread her legs. So
yeah. He's not the one that used the fucking coat hanger,
right?
Yeah.
So, but no, I don't think it. Yeah, everything I just said is 100% true.
I believe that, but I was looking for more of like wacky hijinks, or but I appreciate the authenticity. Sorry.
There are photos I've seen of my dad is like super into church now, and he wasn't when I was growing up. He's a youth.
Steven's fucking loose.
The look on his face.
He's a rascal. Oh
no, man! Continue. Go
get abortion.
Wow.
No, there's fucking hook.
There's photos like I've seen from when I was very young, or even before I was born, of my dad like doing crazy things. Like there's one photo of like him and my uncles, whatever, and they're standing there doing this crazy, stupid pose, but they're all like doing this at the camera, and that's not my dad at all. Like that's not my dad now. And so there's things like that. It's like, wow, I wish I could have lived through that part of my dad. Like I wish I could have been around for that, because he's not like that anymore. Like he doesn't like it when we drink around him. Like if he takes us all out to dinner or whatever, like his thing is like, you can eat anything on the menu, you can eat everything on the menu, I don't care, I'm not paying for your liquor though. That's just his thing. Doesn't like it. He grew up with an alcoholic mom and dad, and he just didn't like it, and that's whatever. Like I can respect that, that's fine.
Right.
So I curb my language around my dad because of the way he is about things. But yeah, I don't think anything could surprise me about my dad now. No. Yeah. 20 years ago, sure, but not now.
Yeah, I think same for me. Like probably there's been a much longer span of time where I wouldn't be surprised with anything, but for the most part, yeah, like you could be like, my dad murdered like 17 people in Uganda back in fucking 1972. I'd be like, probably. So
probably he probably did indirectly,
right? Now my dad's super. How would you describe my dad? Like it's hard to.
He's fun. That's what it's. He's fun. He will.
He's a genuinely nice dude.
He is very.
That will call you gay.
No, for sure. we went on a snowboarding trip to Mount Hood, Oregon, with him, and he spent the whole week we were there calling us a bunch of queers and sissies and
eating all of our ramen noodles,
women, and then made fun of us for buying ramen noodles, and then ate every bit of it when we went to the slopes the next day.
Yep.
And so, but he's a genuine person. He's super nice, but he will definitely make fun of you.
But he's also done a ton of shit like in his life. I mean, he was pilot, scuba diver, and worked all over the world doing different shit. Like my buddies, like we're growing up, some of the other guys, he was like, your dad's a spy. Because like taught martial arts, he was gone all the fucking time. He traveled, top secret clearance shit. Like he worked at NORAD and some other stuff like that in like aerospace industry. And he couldn't talk about a lot of the shit because of NDRs and all that stuff. So yeah, like dude, your dad's a fucking spy. But he's pretty low key. Like when I got a little older, like probably in my 20s, I was like, oh, my dad did some weird shit. Like, but now it's like, okay, it's dad, it's whatever.
Right.
And he's also got some major health shit in his brains all over the place. But
right.
He got 2 to 5. I tell you this, he got a diagnosis. They told him he's got 2 to 4 years max.
I don't believe it.
Yeah,
I don't.
Damn. It's a vascular dementia. Not vascular. What do you call it? Whatever. Yeah. Oh, I believe it 100%. He's gone downhill really quick.
He may have 2 to 4 years of sanity left, but I think
they said with what he has now, the severity of it, it'll take him in a couple 2 to 4. It'll take him. It'll take him on to Jesus.
He's gonna be taken on to his great reward.
Yeah, he'll be glad though.
To the upper room.
That's right.
Yeah, he's like, but he's already said like, if I get to the point where I don't have my wits about me, like I'm my ass, he was like, fucking, you better kill me, type of shit. Yeah.
All right, guys, bring me back up now. Bring me back up.
I'll hold the pillow over his head. Like, remember when you called me a girl? You remember that? Yeah, of course you don't. You have dementia, but whatever.
I know, right?
Well, is there so
how about you, Evan?
So let me turn the question back on you. Is there anything about your dad that would surprise you?
No, my dad, former military too. I grew up a military brat. My parents have been married like 50 some years, and my dad's from the South. My dad's like from New Orleans, born and raised. And, just you realize over the years, like, and I guess you guys, like you said, you found out more stuff about your dads as you got older. Mm-hmm. And I did too. But like my dad was always, my parents are married. So my dad's in the household. So it's not like when your parents aren't there. So you're trying to get to know them more or spend more time with them or whatever, because you don't wake up and see them every day. But my dad had just told stories over the years. And I was like, what the fuck? Like the time he told me my grandmother's car got stolen from the grocery store. And I was like, the car got stolen. I was like, what did you guys do? He was like, I called your uncle and we went and got it back. And I'm like, how the fuck did you go get a car back that got stolen? And he's like, well, there's a project not too far from the store. He was like, somebody just didn't want to walk home. So he calls his brother. His brother comes, they get in the car, they go over to the projects, and they find the car sitting just next to a hole in the fence to go into the projects. What'd you do? He's like, we got in the car and brought it home. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do you think that kind of stuff? Who are you?
That's fine.
Or what is it? What's so crazy about that?
Because I don't think my dad didn't grow up like it, not to say just because they weren't super poor, or grew up, a scoundrel, that he would have that kind of street smarts to know how to maneuver the city like that and the things that go on, that type of thing.
Most people's first thought is going to be, well, I need to call, report it stolen or whatever the case may be, not to be like, oh, I know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the time he was one of those people too. Like you see those guys, you probably have one in your city or your town. You see that one guy that just walks. Mm-hmm. You see him walking all the fucking time. Those people that are just walking. My dad was one of those people, and he would just walk all over town and just walk whatever. And he like sometimes he'd take shortcuts and go through the bad neighborhoods. And we were like, what the fuck? Like, why would you walk through there? And he was like, I'm fine. He was like, what I do is, he's like, when I'm walking, he's like, and if there's a group of guys hanging out that's looking questionable, he was like, I just kick rocks and talk to myself. And nobody messes with me. When I walked in there, I'm like, that's brilliant. But it's just those kind of things where you're just like, who are you? And you don't know those kind of things about, your parents growing up. and who they were when they're young. Like, would you hang out with your dad when you were younger?
Right. I would have gotten arrested if I hung out with my dad when I was younger. He was fucking awful. But he also, like, at about 5-6 years ago, he started telling me about like him and my mom's sex life, and then I was like,
yeah, that's weird.
Like wanting to have discussions about things. Like, well, what about this? And then asking me about mine. I'm like, I don't really want to talk about this.
Right. My stepmom and stepsister have a good relationship with each other, like where they talk about their sex life. And like, I don't understand that.
It's like I have a hard enough time not fantasizing about my mom without you giving me extra fuel for the fire.
Hot for teacher. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's yeah, that whole sex life thing with people in your families. I don't know.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
I know people that their sex life comes up with people in their family. Like they don't mind like talking about that or it coming up. I don't mind making a joke about it. Like I'll make a joke about it around the kids because it makes my middle child, my son, who's 21 now, it makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's funny.
And it's funny. Yeah, 100%.
But I wouldn't seriously talk about it with my kids or my parents or brothers or sisters or
mechanics and techniques.
Yeah. Like, son, like when I do like my back, like how does that work for you?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that a reach around with a thumb in the rear end, you really enjoy that?
Just a hint, like, you know, when I'm reeling your mom, she likes me to hold her ankles and push them back and out just a little bit. You should try it with your wife. It works with your mom fucking great.
Does it smell like that for you too?
Let me tell you, man, your mom's pussy. Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't do that with my kids or my parents. I think if my parents brought that up, I would be like, no, thanks. I'm done. Remember, I'm lost. Remember,
it's one of those things that didn't. It's so weird though, because it's one of those things like it didn't make me uncomfortable, and I wasn't like, oh, there's more of like I don't really want to have the discussion. Like I don't want to know. I don't even know. I can't quite quantify it because it wasn't like I'm really uncomfortable with this. Like, yeah, I know you fucking rail my mom. Like you're right. That's what
you can know it happens and still be uncomfortable with hearing about it.
It's not that I'm uncomfortable hearing about it. Like I just don't want to. Like to me, it's almost this ingrained. And probably ingrained to a point, but it's like I don't even know how to verbalize it. It's like this. It's a boundary, right? That's just like we're just gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that there. Generalities, fine. Specifics, nah. But it's the same way. Like I don't talk about we'll joke about sex every few years, but I don't talk about specifics about how I fucking bone my wife or vice versa.
I mean, not on the podcast.
Not on the podcast, right? Oh, obviously, I go into extensive detail outside of it. Yeah. But I mean, like you talk about sex and talk about shit, but like we don't go into like specifics for the most part of, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I had a coworker like that. He would share specifics and be like, "Dude, we have to see your wife at work functions. Like, don't talk to us about specific sex acts with your wife
or show pictures. One of the fucking two."
Yeah. Yeah. There's a guy at work that does that. He'll tell you about his conquests and then he'll show you photos of us. Like, all right,
that's just some skeezy shit right there, dude. I would never I can't respect them to do little share nudes that ladies send him.
For sure.
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't respect him, but I'll look at him.
There you go. That's a better answer. That's more in tune.
Hey man, titties are titties.
Yeah.
Whether they're a models or my mama's, I'm gonna look at them.
True. Could be your grandmother's.
Gross.
Oh, yeah, it's all fun and games. So they get brittle bones. And you just smack that shit and break a hip.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh God.
This was going so. Actually, this hasn't gone well for any of the show.
I've had a good time.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, I got a question for both of you.
Okay.
I had it was for you, and then now we have someone else.
I'll let Evan go first because I tend to motor mouth shit.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Which, before you ask the question, I won't derail much. I want to say something nice.
Go ahead.
And that after having him on a second time, and the guys, I genuinely could like. We have guys that we like, get along well.
Sure.
That we'll call friends of the show. But I would genuinely consider him a friend of the show. Like,
yeah, for sure.
They have an open invitation.
I'll tell you what.
Kind of like Trevor and Jack and them. Like they could call in. They can
for sure. Yeah. I feel that way about Trevor and Jack and Troy, but I also feel that way about Andre and Easy.
Yeah, for sure.
And Andre and I had a special little moment the other day in our messages back and forth because they have a new show that they're kind of doing to replace JXP. And I listened to it the other day and I said something to him about it. He was like, "I really appreciate you listening to the show and chiming in or whatever. And I said, hey, I support my friends, man. And I consider you a friend. And so what he mentioned back, he's like, it's strange because our lives have probably been so completely different the way we grew up in different countries and whatever. But I consider you guys a friend as well. And I'm like, that's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. That's real cool.
Gay.
All right. I don't understand it. Like anyway. Because anyway, go with your question.
Thanks, Steven. I appreciate that. I really do. We feel the same way about you guys. I just got to
just know that it means nothing though. he'll say it, but it means nothing.
No. It's a friend of the show, not of me. Of the show.
Exactly.
We're just talking.
See, I don't separate the two.
I absolutely do.
I know.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Anyway, and that's nothing against them. I just don't like people like outside. We were talking earlier, like it'd be fun to get. He was saying it'd be fun to get together. And
we talked about it with Jack. Like, let's do a
like an in person.
Well, not that, but I legitimately talked about Thanksgiving. Like, let's do a B3 Friends of the Show Thanksgiving, and you were all on board for it on
the show. No. Show.
Well, we didn't really.
It's like, but don't come to my house.
I think that's what I assumed was it was for a show.
No, because we were talking about what we would cook. Jack and I were both talking about what we would cook.
Was that the night I was fucking drunk as shit?
That was before you got drunk.
Yeah, I still don't remember it. So
regardless.
You were fucked up on that episode.
He got super fucked up on that. We did 2 episodes that night. He got super fucked up.
Yeah, I saw it.
Anyway, so continue with your question.
No, my question is there a dollar amount? What is the dollar amount that you would cut your dick off for?
Good question.
It's a great question.
There's definitely a dollar amount.
I know with you there's a dollar amount. I'm not sure with Evan if there's a dollar. And see, when I had this question prepared, I didn't know Evan was going to be on here. I thought this was going to be just the two of us, and I was going to ask you and get something. So
anybody at their core, I think almost anyone has a dollar amount for almost anything.
I would say the majority of people do.
Yeah, because when you start thinking outside of yourself, right?
Wait a minute, Steven, I thought you said you were going to let me go first.
I am. I wasn't answering the question. I was talking about the philosophy behind the question. Fucking dick. Go. I'm going to tell you to text people.
Nah, it's funny. You know, if you're a listener to our show, it's like the perfect question. If Joel and Benny were here, they'd be like, that's perfect because Evan loves talking about penis. Dude, first of all, just for shits and giggles, why would I need to cut it off for this amount of money? But
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Somebody walked up to you and said, I am Elon Musk and I have lots of money. How much would it take for you to cut your dick?
Because I want it.
Because if you have that kind of money, you can buy anything. So what do you start doing with your money? You start paying people to do things they don't want to do.
Right. I could believe that.
Yeah.
But my amount is 0.
You wouldn't for anything.
No.
Fuck no. You do it for free. I see.
He'll donate the
OnlyFans.
No. Why would you do that? There's no reason to do that.
I would. I'm saying that takes a lot of thought.
Listen, unless you're asexual, unless you've
been married a really long time.
Yeah, definitely. No.
I want to talk to your wife, Evan.
Unless you're asexual or there is some part of you that's dead inside, there is no reason. Oh, I'm sorry. Or unless you, when you say lose it, and because I'm trying to be all encompassing here. I'm trying to think of every scenario for every person. When you say lose it, you mean snip it off as close to the body as possible. And you can, no, it just can't happen. It just cannot happen.
I'm your balls.
Right. You can just dribble out
urethra and balls.
Yeah. No, man. There's no amount that you could do that for. There's just not. I mean, because even the poorest man with a penis is still kind of a happy man.
No. Okay. I think though you haven't considered one thing.
What's that?
Have you ever had your prostate milked?
I bet I know the answer.
Yes, I have.
Oh, I was wrong.
Then there are obvious workarounds to your dick.
It was for medical reasons. Not for
that's
pleasure.
not milked.
Sure it is.
Wait a minute. Not checked. He's saying milked.
Milked.
I know what you mean.
Until completion.
you don't have to. It didn't have to be done that long. You can just press on it.
Yeah, but he's saying milked, meaning
I mean,
stroked
you get a
until
finger
completion.
I'm talking about a little bit of that action. Just let it go.
No.
Let it go. Oh,
No.
oh. Wow.
You show everybody your O face.
No, I have not, sir.
Then you're missing out.
I won't say that you're exactly wrong. I had another buddy who years ago was just like, he's like, hey, dude, I'm telling you. He was like, every girl that I date from now on, if she can't put her fingers in my butt, we can't date. And I was like,
there's a difference between getting your prostate milk
all
and
right,
getting
man.
pegged.
All right.
A difference, So
I don't know I would have to weigh the pros and cons. So I couldn't give you my exact dollar amount, but there's absolutely one, and it's probably lower than you think it would be.
no.
That's
Stephen, why?
Because he hates himself.
Why?
No,
Yeah.
I do hate myself.
Right, but that's the thing. You hate yourself and you like money. And those two things combined are
if I can still
scary.
If I can still come, I'm good.
I mean, as long as there's a hole, you've got to be able to, because you still have all the glands. You're just losing the shaft and head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I'll fucking ride a.
But that's what makes you come. That's what makes you come.
No, it's not.
I mean, so wait. I'm giving up my dick so I can get my butt pressed all the time.
Yeah, baby. Your tingle button.
You're gonna have to have that done. I tell you, it'll be kind of like you've got a clit and balls. That's really what it'll be kind of like.
So not much different than now.
For me, for sure. No, I'm saying I put it on my balls all the time.
What I'm saying is, I'll get a little finger-sized dildo, and I'll just fucking grind that bitch.
That's how you jerk off from now on.
Go full showgirls.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, I just couldn't see that working. I'm sorry.
Right,
I'd have to pass.
Right. So then let me abbreviate the question. I mean, let me change the question then.
Okay.
What about just cutting off the tip?
That's my favorite part to put in. Just the tip. Nah, brother, I need that.
I understand that, but I'm just saying you can still there's still plenty of sensation on the underside of that shaft.
That's even less money for me.
I know. I mean, for sure.
Like just the tip, an easy 500.
500 grand.
Easy.
If I could come up with 500 grand, you would let me cut off your
I wouldn't let
dickhead.
you do it.
But
I would let a medical professional cut off the tip of my dick for $500,000.
Oh my God, that's
Wow.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Wow. You can't do a lot with $500,000.
No, you cannot.
Not today. You can't do a lot.
I can do a lot more than I can do with the amount of money I have.
understand that.
Stephen, look at me. Stephen, look at me.
Now.
Stephen, look at me. Look at me, Stephen.
Yeah.
The tip of your dick is worth more than $500,000.
It's worth more, but that doesn't mean it's worth more. That doesn't mean I'll take that much. I understand.
It's a bargain.
Yeah, I'm giving them a deal because I'm a nice guy. You need a dick tip? I need 500 grand.
He's an Israeli market. He's just bargaining.
It's like, oh, you're in the mood for a mushroom cap? Well, I got a deal for you, sir.
It ain't no truffle, but it'll work.
That is horrible.
It's been beat to fuck over the years, but you know.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
How about you? Dollar amount.
Yeah.
Just for the tip.
There's a dollar amount, but I don't know what it is. Because I've thought about ever since I came up with that question, I've thought about this multiple times this week, going, because I knew that question was going to be turned back on me. And I think, but I don't know what the dollar amount is, but I know it's there.
Yeah.
And it's probably the way the Senate or House of Representatives said about porn. Like, I'll know that dollar amount when I see it.
Okay.
You open that suitcase in front of me and there's $100 million in it. Yeah, my dick's coming off.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything.
It'd be really funny if he didn't realize that this Audi was routed to his son's headphones.
Sorry about that. You've got to, in order to do that, in order for there to be a dollar amount and for you to go through with that, there has to be a part of your life that you've decided is over. Therefore, there's no
surgeries
for the whole dick. Yeah, I can see that, but for just the tip, nah.
But I mean, there are surgeries that turn clits into dicks.
How about just a section out of the middle and they shorten it? You still keep the tip. You still keep the base. They just take the middle out.
Cutting the pork chops out of the middle of the tenderloin.
It's basically this with a head on it.
That's totally different. That's totally different.
Okay. What's the dollar amount
What's
for
the dollar
that?
amount for that then?
There is no dollar amount. I like mine structurally the way it is.
$3,000.
I mean, I like mine structurally. I know I don't. Never mind. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Okay.
I would love to see you get someone that actually says there is a dollar amount and they would take that to lose
Oh,
their
you
penis.
just said there's a dollar amount.
Yeah.
500 grand and he'll do
I'm
it.
ballparking. It might be more when it comes down to it, but that's off the top of my head. That's my number.
I got you. So if somebody showed up with $1 million,
Oh yeah.
you would do it.
They would have to pay for the medical procedure.
$1 million.
It wouldn't come out.
You
of
get
the
$1 million tax free and the medical procedures paid for.
Fuck yeah. Now let's go.
Well, we could probably just get a rabbi to do that.
All right.
Pretty easy.
Accidental slip of the snip.
That's it.
So we've talked about this before, but we've never had Evan on, and Evan talks when we've asked these questions. Right. And because in the military, we had these conversations would happen all the time when you were bored, and most of the time because guys it's super homoerotic because that's how
the military is.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times, so we get a bunch of dudes together hanging out. It gets weird.
Right.
How much money would it take you to suck a dick?
Ooh,
$0. See how I didn't hesitate on that one? I didn't have to think about that one. No, nah.
There's no amount of money that can make you suck a dick.
No, absolutely not.
What?
No.
What if someone's life depended on it?
They'd be dead, motherfucker.
What if Benny was like, Evan, I got this rare cancer. It's not transferable to people, but it's in my dick, and it can only be sucked out.
and only by people named Evan that are black and
I would get close to Benny's ear and tell him, Benny, I love you dearly. I will take care of your family as if it were my own.
All 20 of them?
I'll have at least 3 more kids in your honor.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, I know there's a dollar amount. You'd suck a dick.
There is a dollar amount. I don't know what the dollar amount is, but there is a dollar amount.
Mine's incredibly low.
I know it is. I know it is. Mine's not as low as yours is. But
so you could completely separate yourself from the act, just
absolutely
for the
100%. Because I think about what that offers me and what that offers what that offers me and my family.
Yeah, dude,
that's the thing.
For enough money, I'd let a dude rail me in the ass and come on my face.
God. Oh my
on
God.
A live stream.
Yeah. You porn. We're talking to you.
Yeah. For enough money. Now that's a much higher number.
I understand
obviously,
that.
because there's infamy that goes along with that.
Do you know that Steven got waxed live on one of our shows?
Oh no, I did not know. Waxed to where?
Yeah,
head to toe,
from shoulders
down.
Shoulders down. His wife, who's certified in the
esthetician,
aesthetic arts, came in and did it, but it was because he lost a bet. It's damn near 2 years ago that he lost the bet. But yeah. But so you have to. It's on YouTube. You can find it. It's called The Waxing, I think.
Yeah.
But we filmed it, and you don't see his asshole or anything, but you see his face when his asshole gets waxed.
Right.
Yeah. It was rough.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a dollar amount. I just don't know what it is.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It's again, I'll know it when I hear it.
Okay.
Officially put me in the no dollar amount for either.
Okay.
That's
right.
I
Is there a
find
dollar?
it hard to believe that anybody truly has no dollar amount.
Yeah. Is there a dollar amount for you to like kill another human being?
We talked about that on one of our shows. We did.
Oh,
Yeah. We talked about that on one of our shows and what everybody's dollar amount is. I think it depends on why they had to die.
No, you don't get a reason.
Or who it was.
Give me a bag of Skittle and immunity. And I don't go to jail. Fucking give me some candy, bitch.
Yeah.
Right. How close do I have to be to them to kill them? Is it like a knife in the heart, look them in the eyes when I kill them? Or is it like, 400-yard sniper rifle kill them?
Ooh. That does make a difference.
It does make a difference.
It does make a difference. That's an interesting detail. Because it is different. It is much different being far away from somebody.
Yep.
We'll say hands-on. We'll say it has to be a hands-on process.
What I was going to compromise and go, it's 20 yards away.
20 yards.
20 yards away
or
with a, whatever. You can throw a knife at them. You can shoot them. I don't care. Throwing star.
Right.
Bow staff. I don't care.
Ooh.
So you're not face to face, but you ain't far away. It ain't. You don't get to pretend it's a video game.
Right. Is this money going to be taxed?
No, of course not.
I'm just
You
fucking.
can't tax this money. Yeah. No.
Probably $5 mil.
I was gonna say $5. I was like, yeah.
I thought he was saying 5,000.
Nah.
Yeah.
Probably
Wow,
about $5 million.
to kill somebody.
That's a normal person,
maybe-
reasonable amount of
Maybe,
money.
That's a reasonable-
maybe $5
I-
million. Yeah. Because I
But you get immunity as well. Does it go lower knowing you have immunity?
Oh, no.
You can't go
No,
for it?
no.
Does it go-
Nah.
The active
Nah.
in your life.
Yeah. I still got to deal with some
Now,
stuff
what if
within
you
me if
knew
I
that-
do it.
What if you knew it was an evil person? What does that dollar amount go to?
I think you should pay me. You should pay me
No, they're-
more. You should pay me more. I wouldn't ask for more. You should just pay me more.
Oh, see, I would take the life of an evil person if I had immunity for no money.
For funsies.
Yeah,
Would you?
for the story?
Would you?
I could tell that on the podcast.
So wait a
No,
minute.
for sure. I
So-
would. You show me someone that's been going around raping bunches of people or whatever, and you go, I need you to kill this person. You have complete immunity. You will not go to jail for it. Nothing will happen to you except for the fact that you will kill that person, and that will be the end of it. Then I'll be like, yeah, knife, gun, what, hand grenade? I don't care. Nunchuck.
I think that's easier said than done. I mean, in
I'm
theory, that sounds good. And I think there's a million people that are all for the death penalty. But if you were to ask them to go be a part of a firing squad or to
Sure.
actually be the person to pull the switch on a chair or to go hit the plunger on a needle and watch that person die, that I'm all for it would probably kind of change.
Yeah, no one knows if they would react a certain way until they're in the position. But I got a pretty good idea. Got a pretty good idea. I would love the excuse to kill somebody that's evil.
Have you ever seen a dead body?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people die in front of me.
Wow.
Which is weird. The death rattle is still a creepy ass thing, though. If you've ever heard like the actual like final breath,
That gurgle,
shit is,
that
like,
gurgle sound. Yeah.
How about you?
I've seen that on a video before. No, I've never seen anybody dead in person from a distance. Like I've seen someone who's been hit by a car, and like the way they were lying in the street, I'm like, that person is dead. And then to see the story later on, and they did die. But no, like up close and personal like that. No, I've never seen death like that.
Okay, interesting.
So
it's weird. It's a weird thing. It's weird. I mean, it affects people differently for sure.
Yeah. I've got a buddy who worked in law enforcement, and he's seen a buddy and my brother-in-law worked in law enforcement, and they've all seen dead bodies afterwards and in progress. Like I think my ex brother-in-law, he watched a person, they couldn't get him out of the car, so they watched the dude burn to death. And you know, my other friend seen people lying in the street after car accidents, and he told me about one particular one. He was like, it was so surreal. He was like, because he was like, the impact must have killed her somehow or whatever, but he was like, she got thrown from the car. He was like, she had no scratches or anything on her body. And he was like, she was just laying perfectly still on the ground, looking up in the sky as if she saw something amazing. He was like, but she was dead, you know? And she was like, and I'm just like, yeah, that's just got to fuck with you at some point to some degree. Right.
Yeah. Well, it's like a buddy of ours that was in the, we've had a couple people that we know that were in the military. One of them, he ended up going into like internal investigations and stuff like that. And he said some of the shit he saw there fucked him up way more than anything he saw like in Iraq or Afghanistan getting shot. Like he had mentioned, like
people. He said like somebody lost their shit and like basically picked a kid up by their feet and beat him up against the wall.
Yeah,
and things like that.
Yeah, like that type of shit. He said fucked him up way worse than anything else.
My brother was in the military, and he's told a couple of stories here and there about some things he saw that fucked him up pretty good. Yeah,
and very rarely it's war shit. I mean, there is war shit that fucks him up, but it's
one of his stories is worse. It's half a body there talking to you, and kind of shit. But
stuff you got to do.
Yeah. Oh, well, this took a turn.
This took a very dark turn.
So what do you guys want to talk about now?
What would it take to cut off? No. I still find it very hard to believe $0 amount.
Okay, is there a dollar amount if you didn't have to look at her face that you would take to finger blast your mom?
Am I saving someone's life?
Like no, you know it's your mom. You don't have to look at her face.
Does she know it's me?
Oh,
She doesn't know it's
She
me.
doesn't know it's you. This is all you know. It's hips down. You know it's your mom. She doesn't know who it is, but it's finger blasting to completion.
God, that's hard, man. That's hard. Because she doesn't know it's me.
Oh my God.
Can I wear earplugs?
Why did I agree to come on such a sick show?
I mean, hey, you don't have to finger blast. You can use your tongue. I don't care. But you don't. Is there a dollar amount to get your mom off?
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook at B3F Podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch at B3F Podcast. And on Instagram at B3F_podcast. YouTube has all of our videos. Support us on Patreon or buy me a coffee at B3F Podcast. Send all your questions or comments to admin at B3Fpodcast.com. Find us online at B3Fpodcast.com. Rate us and review us wherever you listen. And as always, thanks for listening.